Okay, so you learned about also a third kind of learning, observational learning, learning by observing others. Remember that you read about Bandura's very famous Bobo doll study. You read that kids who watched an adult model play very aggressively with a new Bobo doll toy on the market. Okay, kids who had seen the adult playing aggressively with it played so very aggressively themselves, right? Compared to people who were adults who were playing in a non-aggressive way. So even other species can learn through observing others. My neighbor's dog taught my dog to pillage through garbage cans at the curb. Great, thank you. Okay, so why this slide? This is really interesting kind of observational learning at work. And my friend Don is an animal behaviorist who trains cadaver sniffing dogs on the Gulf Coast. And oftentimes they need to visit crime scenes on barrier islands. So with a new puppy, he first builds a real bond with that puppy. But eventually he's going to have to teach that dog how to ride in a kayak. So what he does is, first off, starting when the dog is very young, too young to be trained to ride in a kayak yet, he will many times, like he's going out with one of his adult dogs who are already trained, he'll have somebody else bring the puppy to the beach and watch them leaving and coming back, okay? Now, first off, I want you to think about how that puppy is reacting. And remember that the first job when working with animals is to build a real bond with them. So what this puppy sees is they're being taken by somebody else who works probably for the police, right? For the police force, is bringing them to see Don taking off with another dog on the beach in a kayak. And Don is like their best friend. So they're running along the beach back and forth, barking and barking and whimpering because they want to go. They want to be with them. Same thing when they return, right? And now I want you to think carefully about what the puppy is seeing each time this happens. They're seeing an adult dog ride on a kayak calmly, like nothing is wrong, hey, who's been trained to do this. Now, when it becomes the puppy's turn to take its turn in training, hey, he's seen this a number of times. And so he or she is in a much better frame of mind to give kayaking a try. Observational learning. Hey, this is my favorite example of observational learning, also known as vicarious learning in human beings. All right, a great example there of observational learning. At least it's what they're hoping for with the last words, right, in this ad campaign. All right. So this concludes our lecture on learning or installing new software in the brain.